As today we are highlighting a very important issue of street children and the role which different religious leaders and other organizations are playing in this, and we will listen to different experts in this field. And the vision is that the world's religious communities cooperate effectively for peace. This organization was formed in 1970 and has been guided by a vision of world where faith communities cooperate effectively for peace. We advance interfaith cooperation on global, regional, national, and local levels. And the mission is that we work together, common action among the world's religious communities for peace. We bring together different faith groups to fight immediate crisis. For example, we are working on flood relief work as well. And amongst other issues, we also work on climate change, street children, and different aspects which keep on coming, affecting the local communities. In doing so, these different groups organize and create structures to work effectively, laying a path for cooperation and trust. And it is a multi-religious identity. We have people from different religions. For example, in Pakistan, we have Mr. Shade, who is heading the Hindu interfaith religious community. For the Muslim group, we have Mr. Maulana Abu Talha Sahab, who has just joined us as well. And for the Christian community, we have Mr. Atiq Pastor. We have a lady priest as well, Ghazala Pastor, and we have other leaders from the Sikh community and also from minority religions. And similarly, this is the case in other chapters as well. So there is no single religious community which leads religions for peace. Instead, representatives from diverse religious traditions make up our structure. And this is called the Interreligious Council. And what do we work on? Our priority areas are peaceful, just, and inclusive societies, gender equality, the environment and climate change, freedom of thought, conscience, and religion, interreligious education, and global partnerships. We have a World Council of over 100 leaders, and we have different networks. We have a Women of Faith network, the Interfaith Youth Network, of which you are a part as well. You belong to the Interfaith Network of Pakistan, which feeds into the Asia Region Interfaith Network and then into the international one. And then we have the Secretariat and the leadership. So you can see these are the regional setups. This is Asia, where we are. Then there is Africa, there is Europe, there is Latin America and Caribbean, there is North America, Middle East, and North Africa. These are all the regional bodies. And under these regional bodies, we are a group of 120 countries. And in Pakistan and in Asia, Dr. Inamullah Khan was one of the founders of Religions for Peace Asia and a key contributor. And I have some pictures very quickly. I'll go through it of some of our senior leaders. This is Mr. Khalid Ikramullah Khan, also Vice President, one of the founder members. This is a picture of the recent EC membership. And we have Thank you. I think this covers up my session on what Religions for Peace is. And I just wanted to give you all a background before we start on what Religions for Peace does. Thank you. Dilaver, is it okay? Hello?
Thank you so much, Ms. Huma, for describing the Religions for Peace in detail. Now I would like to share one video that is compiled by my partner and colleague in Religions for Peace, Noreen Gul.
In a recent past, when you see developing countries like Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Indonesia, and Nepal are struggling with having a proper social security system when it comes to place children and young ones, which causes ending up to street due to poverty and fragmented families. According to research done by the government, there are more than 1.5 million children, both girls and boys, living on the streets of Pakistan. There are three types of street children's: street living, street working, and street families. In big cities like Karachi, Lahore, Peshawar, Islamabad, the number of children working on the street is far higher than the official estimate. These children's ending up living and working on the streets for different reasons, including death of parents, breakdown of families, family violence, natural disaster, and drug and alcohol. In order to survive, these children often beg or face sexual abuse. In Pakistan, they suffer a lot malnutrition, poor hygiene, infections, mental instability, trauma, and sexually transmitted infections. Many NGOs in Pakistan working for them. They opened street school, shelter homes, food stalls, but still there is a room for improvement. We hope that together we can do better for them because our children's are our only hope for the future. But we are their only hope for their present and their future.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मेरा नाम अबू तलहा है और मेरा मज़हब इस्लाम है। और इस्लाम की सबसे बड़ी तालीम यही है कि हमारे आक़ा दो जहां सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम का फ़रमान है, तुम में से बेहतर शख्स वो है जो लोगों के लिए फ़ायदा मंद हो। नबी अकरम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने हमेशा बेवाओं के लिए, गरीबों के लिए अपनी मेहनतों को, अपनी काविशों को सबसे आगे रखा और उनकी ज़रूरतों का ख्याल रखा। स्ट्रीट चाइल्ड के हवाले से हम लोग ये काम करते हैं कि नुसरत ट्रस्ट और आशिया इस्लामिक एकेडमी, चाहे वो यतीम बच्चे हों, उनके वालिदैन ना हों, उनको अपने पास लाकर इदारे में उनकी तालीम, उनकी तरबियत, उनको हुनरमंद बनाना मंद हो। नबी अकरम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने हमेशा बेवाओं के लिए, गरीबों के लिए अपनी मेहनतों को, अपनी काविशों को सबसे आगे रखा और उनकी ज़रूरतों का ख्याल रखा। स्ट्रीट चाइल्ड के हवाले से हम लोग ये काम करते हैं कि नुसरत ट्रस्ट और आशिया इस्लामिक एकेडमी, चाहे वो यतीम बच्चे हों, उनके वालिदैन ना हों, उनको अपने पास लाकर इदारे में उनकी तालीम, उनकी तरबियत, उनको हुनरमंद बनाना और हुनरमंद बनाकर तालीम से आरास्ता करके इस माशरे से जोड़ना है, ताकि अगर स्ट्रीट पर वो लोग मांगते हैं, गुर्बत की वजह से किसी के सामने हाथ फैलाते हैं, तो उन्हें खाने के लिए, अपनी रोज़गार को कमाने के लिए किसी के सामने हाथ ना फैलाया जाए। यही हमारा मकसद है और इसी मकसद पर हम काम कर रहे हैं।
Namaste, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Shadi Wankwani. I am senior member of Pakistan Hindu Council and also chairman Interfaith Committee for Hindus, RFP Pakistan chapter. I, along with my senior and youth members, working day and night for the street children in order to make their life better. I support FPCC campaign launched by Religion for Peace. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Greetings everyone. My name is Nadir Salim Khan and I'm a Muslim. I have been working with street connected children since 2015, and during that time I have seen their lives greatly changed and impacted uh, as we use sports as a tool for their development. I firmly believe that children are the future, and I greatly support the FPCC's initiative, their campaign for the support and development of the street connected children.
In a recent past,
Thank you, Noreen, in raising the issue. To hand over the session to Dr. Mariam Inayat, who will be moderating the panel talk discussion.
This is Mariam Inayat, working as a pharmacist in children and other areas. Now, considering the panel discussion for today, we have panelists. For our first panelist, we have Mufti Abu Talha, who is working as General Secretary in Aisha Islamic Academy and as a Finance Secretary in the Nusrat Trust, that is for Special Children of Pakistan. He is also an Islamic scholar and a great human being, well known. Then we have Mr. Nadir Khan, who has been working with street connected children since 2015. He is working actively for their rights to educate them, and also he has worked hard to promote these sports and physical activities in street children, especially of the remote areas of Pakistan. Then we have our very well-known and very great Ms. Ghazala Shafiq, who is a pastor and human rights activist, and she is especially working for the transgender community, and she has been appreciated all across the globe for a vital role. And we are thankful for her and our other panelists for being here in this session. Moving ahead, my fourth panelist is our very own Mohammad Hanif Khan. Though he needs no introduction, but still, he is serving as the District Rotary Governor for Rotary International District 3271, Pakistan. And currently, he is serving as the Vice President for the Religion for Peace. Then our fifth panelist is Dr. Shahade Bankwani. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. He is the senior member of Pakistan Hindu Council and chairman of the Interfaith Committee for Hindus, RFP, Pakistan. My last panelist is Pastor Atiq Kaisar Bhatti. He is the chairman of the Interfaith Committee for the Christians for RFP Pakistan. And he is also the chairman of 611 Foundation and leader of Pakistan Christian Alliance. Just before we start the discussion, I would like to say a few words. Indeed, it's an honor to have you all together here, especially today with one aim, that is working for the rights and being the voice of street of children, or more correctly, flowers of our street, as mentioned earlier in the video, who have indeed a very bright future. Just before I start the panel discussion, or just before I start asking questions, I would like to request my panelists to take 3 to 5 minutes for the discussion and the conclusion. So are you all ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Yes.
Okay, my very first question is from Mr. Nadir Khan. So my question is, like, what is the first thought, or you may say, what is the first impression that comes in your mind when you see any street children around the globe, like not only in Pakistan, but throughout every country you have visited?
Okay, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I hope you can hear my voice. Is my voice okay?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Alhamdulillah, I have been working with street children since 2015. And during that time, I have visited Brazil, I have visited UK, US, England, and different countries just for this project, for no other reason. And all I can say is that the situation is very similar throughout the world. This is a stigma that needs to be addressed, because this is a mindset that needs to be changed. Street children, whether they are in Pakistan, whether they are in whether they are living in Orangi town, whether they are living in England, it doesn't matter. They are all facing the same problems. And that's the first issue that faces the right to identification, because many people do not consider them a part of their society. I mean, how many times have we stopped at the street and a child has come over with the wiper and asked us, can we please clean the window? Our normal answer, we do not realize کہ وہ بچہ جو سڑک کے اوپر موجود ہے نا اس کے اوپر کیا گزر. We have, for example, if we have 10 people working on street children, اس میں سے 7 psychologists ہوتے ہیں. Why? Because these kids are so traumatized and they are living such difficulties on this cannot fathom. We cannot even bring that into our imagination. I mean, agar wo reports aap log padhe, and I'm sure you are working with this, you would be shocked. I mean, aapki raaton ki neend haram ho jayegi ki in logon ke saath sadak pe hota kya hai. So the first thing we need to do is, when our first batch of street children went to Brazil and came back in 2014, so a legislation was passed in the same assembly for the first time. Similarly, in the KPK assembly, similarly in the AJK assembly, that they for the first time acknowledged that yes, street children is an issue and we are going to work towards it. Unfortunately, جیسا کہ ہوتا ہے وہ legislation pass ہوئی, اس کے اوپر کچھ نہیں ہو سکا, لیکن یہ کہ الحمدللہ at least it brought into attention. اچھا یہ بھی میں آپ کو بتا دوں کہ globally, because it's a very sensitive time living in these days, so وہ ہر چیز جو ہے نا وہ کیا کہتے ہیں اس کو پولیٹیکلی کریکٹ ٹرم میں آپ کو بولنی پڑتی ہے, ورنہ آپ کے اوپر جو ہے نا فوراً سینسر لگ جاتا ہے. سو دا اسٹریٹ چلڈرن کی ٹرم اب دنیا میں چینج ہو گئی ہے, اب اس کو اسٹریٹ کنیکٹڈ چلڈرن کہا جاتا ہے. بلکہ I'll go as far as saying that the former Prime Minister of AJK, Farooq Haider Saab, when he invited us after the 2018 World Cup to Russia to Azad in the Prime Minister House میں, تو انہوں نے کہا کہ don't call them street children, they are state children. یہ state کے بچے ہیں, یہ ہمارے بچے ہیں. So we need to do is we need to own them and we need to consider them a part of our lives, and that is the first thing we can do is acknowledge them. And then اس کے بعد جب وہی والی بات ہے, if you cannot accept that you have a disease, you will not look for a cure. So the first thing you need to do is you have to acknowledge that this issue exists, and we must all, everyone must gather and work towards eradicating this issue, inshallah.
Okay, thank you so much. And yes, I would definitely try to correct this term. Rather than saying them as street children, we should always say them as our state children, or blossom of the street or something else, rather than just calling them street children. And indeed, it's like a moment that the stigma needs to be raised, their voice needs to be heard and to be conveyed ahead. So moving ahead, my very same question, like about the impression or about the review, is from Ms. Ghazala Shafiq. Ms. Ghazala Shafiq is with us here. Let's just move this question to Dr. Shade Panpani. Would you like to, cater this question, or just, a review a bit about the state children?
بہت جی جی السلام علیکم. کافی سنا میں نے, اور اسٹریٹ چلڈرن کے لیے جو ہے وہ ہمیں جتنا ہم کام کر رہے ہیں اس سے بھی زیادہ کام کرنے کی ضرورت ہے. ہم 2 پلیٹ فارم سے کام کر رہے ہیں, اور ایک پاکستان ہندو کونسل کے پلیٹ فارم سے, اور پاکستان ہندو کونسل کے پلیٹ فارم سے جو ہے وہ کمیونٹی بیسڈ کام ہے, اور وہ ہم پورے سندھ میں بلکہ پورے پاکستان میں کر رہے ہیں, مگر سندھ میں زیادہ ہوتا ہے کیونکہ سندھ میں ہمارا فوکس زیادہ ہے. اور دوسرا ہم اپنے فیملی بیس پہ جو ہے وہ کام کر رہے ہیں, وہ ہمارا تھر پارکر میں جو ہے وہ کام ہے, وہ ہم نے اسٹارٹ کیا ہے, اور وہاں پہ ہم نے جو ہے باقاعدہ پریکٹیکل ورک ہم اسٹارٹ کیا ہے کہ ہم وہاں پہ کنسٹرکشن چل رہی ہے, اور وہاں پہ ہم 150 چلڈرن کی اکوموڈیشن بنا رہے ہیں, صرف اسٹریٹ چلڈرن کے لیے نہیں بلکہ ہم اس سے بھی بڑھ کر جو ہے وہ اسپیشل چلڈرن کا وہ سیپریٹ پورشن بنا رہے ہیں, تاکہ اچھا ایسے نہیں ہے کہ وہ صرف ہم تھر کے لوگوں کو اکوموڈیٹ کریں گے, مگر وہاں سے سندھ سے کوئی بھی آئیں گے تو ہم ان کو بھی اکوموڈیٹ کریں گے, اور اس کے علاوہ بھی ہم اولڈ ایج جو لوگ ہیں ان کے لیے بھی یہ کام کر رہے ہیں. صرف ہمارا فوکس اسٹریٹ چلڈرن پہ نہیں ہونا چاہیے, باقی بڑوں پہ بھی جو ہے وہ ہونا چاہیے. और यहाँ पे पाकिस्तान हिंदू काउंसिल के बेस पे हम जो है वो जो बड़े बच्चे हो जाए जो यतीम है, फिर उनको हमने चिंची वगैरह भी दी है उनके रोजगार के लिए। और थर में हमने जो है वो यतीम बच्चों के लिए 18 स्कूल चला रहे हैं। उसमें जो भी कास्ट के बच्चे हैं वो पढ़ाई करते हैं, उनके रहायश का, उनके खाने का, पीने का, उनके स्कूल्स, टैक्स, कपड़े, हर चीज का अरेंजमेंट जो है वो हम कर रहे हैं। और बाकी जो है वो हमें फंड्स की सीधी बात है कि सबको जो है वो ये प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं, तो मेरे ख्याल में हमें जो है वो फंड्स की कलेक्शन जो है उसके ऊपर जो है वो हमें सोचना चाहिए और फंड्स की कलेक्शन बढ़ानी चाहिए। थैंक यू।
That's very great.
Marine has lost the connection in the meeting, so I would like to ask DGE Mohammed Hanifan to share his reviews for the questions previously shared with our other panelists.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Mohammad Hanif Khan, and I'm the Vice President of Religion for Peace Pakistan chapter. And I'm the District Governor-elect, Rotary International District 3271, Pakistan. Basically, within last 3-4 months, we attended FPCC movement with the UNICEF in Nepal and Sri Lanka. And especially each and everyone knows better that UNICEF is focusing the children rights around the globe, and they are struggling, they are working hard to provide the facilities and to give them education and rights to the children, underprivileged children or the street children. So right now, last time, I think 1.5 months back, we were in Sri Lanka with the UNICEF on the topic of the FPCC movement. So each and everyone agrees today. I think I heard all the panelists before me that they are agreed to provide them the education, to provide them the rights, to take the vital role to give them the sports facility, as Nadir Salim Khan is working tremendously, and he is the man behind the game of the rights, providing the rights to the childrens. So the street childrens and the special childrens are flowers. They are our future, especially the street childrens are the future of everyone. And we should take initiative as we are taking for our own children. This is our responsibility. This is the nation's responsibility to provide the education, to provide the rights, to take the vital role to give them responsibility and give them independence and give them the facility, the professionality, to capability to take the role in the society. So my humble submission that we should work hard to provide the facilities, to provide the education, to give them the right education to the state children. And obviously, Rotary is doing tremendously on that subject. And as far as concerned the religion for peace, we are playing our role to provide the facilities, education to the street children. Thank you very much.
If Maulana Mufti Abu Talib is Abu Talha is with us, I would like to ask the next question from you, sir, to highlight your remarks over that question. I guess he has lost connection. Do we have our panelist, Ms. Ghazala Shafiq, who is Pastor? If she is with us in the session.
Yeah, yes, I'm available. Please.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We welcome you to the session. Is you were everyone being sharing their remarks and reviews for street children. I would like to ask that what do you think that the government institutions should do for street children, and how religion and religious leaders can play a role in this?
Yes, this is a very good topic, and I appreciate Nader, who is working tremendously on the issue of this street children. Government and religious institutions have a huge responsibility on them, and especially after this COVID period and this prices going so high, people have lost their jobs. And street children, somebody did define the three types of street children, but now the number of children who are deprived of all their basic needs and including education, it has been increasing tremendously because parents have lost jobs. They have parents, they have maybe a roof to sleep with the parents, but when the parents have no jobs, no money, they are not sending them school. All day they play on streets, they fight, and they involve in crimes, and the situation is getting worse and worse. So maybe the situation in Pakistan even worse, because in other countries we at least hear or know that the government at least provides something towards food or for for their basic need, milk and other basic related needs with food. But in Pakistan, there's hardly anything which government is doing or the religious institutions are doing, especially our I say the church institutions. I don't see many like talk about it or think about it, because they are already marginalized, and then if it comes to the street children, I think they have no place. I do encourage now, I keep talking to the pastors and to the leaders, churches for them. Not, we cannot give them a proper school, can give them some few hours counseling them, giving them love or talking to them. Parents can give them the explanation or counsel them or encourage them or tell them not to get involved in any of abusive works. I of this street children, and I think I appreciate Religion for Peace Forum for taking up this as an initiative and challenging us people. I myself, I was ignoring this huge responsibility. I did try to work on this few years back, but due to lack of resources, I was unable. I did hire a place so I can start something for the street children there. Still, we have one community center where we intend to, but again, the lack of resources is the one thing which we really suffer. And we are educated, we have educated people with us, but again, the resources are become a hurdle for us. So I encourage the not only myself, but other government leaders more and more. Maybe we can need to talk to political leaders also. Like if we ignore them, the future of Pakistan and future of the world, I think it will become more dark. So it's time to start working, talking, making efforts for them to not only get the proper food, proper love, proper education. We need to start on, I say, on a speedy manners. We should start working for them.
Thank you so much. Yes, we should not actually delay everything, like every measures we have to take, we have to speed up everything because we need to save their future. And in order to, bring about a positive change, we have to work for them so that they can stand beside us rather than before us or something or somewhere else. Okay, next question is for Maulana Abu Talha. Like the question is really same. Like, what do you think that the government institutions should do for street children, and how religion or our religious leaders can play their role in it? Over to you, sir. Do we have Maulana Abu Talha with us right now? Okay, let's just wait for him. I would like to ask the same question from our panelist Atiq Kaisar Bhatti. Do we have him with us right now?
Pratik just yeah, Mufti Sahib is online.
Okay.
नमाज का टाइम आ गया था, मैं चला गया था।
जी जरूर।
मेरा नाम मुफ्ती अब्दुल्ला है। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह स्ट्रीट जो चाइल्ड के हवाले से ये है कि बहुत ही ज़रूरी है इन लोगों की, इन बच्चों की परवरिश करना, क्योंकि ये ही हमारा मुस्तकबिल हैं। और इसमें से बहुत से स्ट्रीट चाइल्ड में वो लोग बहुत ही ज़्यादा खिदमत के मुस्तहिक हैं जो जिनके वालिदैन ना रहें, वो यतीम हो जाए। और क्योंकि वालिद और वालदा ही ऐसे होते हैं कि उनके लिए हर तकलीफ़ को, हर परेशानी को सह लेते हैं और उनके लिए आसानियाँ पैदा करते हैं। और जब अगर वालिदैन ही ना रहें तो वो ज़्यादा मुस्तहिक होते हैं इसके कि उनकी खिदमत की जाए, उनकी तालीम और तरबियत की जाए, उनकी सेहत का ख्याल रखा जाए, उनकी इज़्ज़त का ख्याल रखा जाए। तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आयशा इस्लामिक एकेडमी एक ऐसा इदारा है जो स्ट्रीट चाइल्ड से जो यतीम बच्चियां होती हैं उनको हम अपने पास वो बोर्डिंग में रखते हैं। और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह क्लिफ्टन ब्लॉक 2 में ये इदारा कायम है, बिलावल हाउस के बिल्कुल सामने। उन बच्चियों को तालीम मैट्रिक तक, फिर उनको खाना पकाना सिखाना, सिलाई कढ़ाई, उनको फ़न से आरास्ता करना और इन बच्चियों को ऐसा रोज़गार देना कि उनको किसी के सामने हाथ ना फैलाना पड़े। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ये बहुत अच्छा काम हो रहा है। अल्लाह इसमें हमारे साथ जितने डोनर हैं, जो मुआविनीन हैं, अल्लाह उनकी खिदमत को कबूल फरमाए। और दूसरे वो स्ट्रीट चाइल्ड में ज़्यादा मुस्तहिक होते हैं खिदमत के जो माजूर हो जाए, वालदेन भी ना हो और फिर माजूर भी हो जाए। माजूर हो जाना ऐसा होता है कि हम तो अल्लाह माफ़ करे स्ट्रीट चाइल्ड में ऐसे बोलते हैं कि ये लोग बच्चे अल्लाह माफ़ करे बिकते हैं। अगर माजूर होगा तो बनाउज़ुबिल्लाह की प्राइस ज़्यादा होगी, क्योंकि उसको लोग फुटपाथ पे खड़ा करते हैं, जगह जगह खड़ा करते हैं, मिस यूज़ करते हैं उसे। ऐसे लोगों के लिए भी हमने इदारा कायम किया है जो नुसरत ट्रस्ट फॉर स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन, जो हमारा पायलट प्रोजेक्ट तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मलीर में चल रहा है PIYN एकेडमी से आगे, मगर इसमें एक हुज मेगा जो वो है प्रोजेक्ट है उसका भी इंशाल्लाह हम तामीरात आगाज़ करेंगे इस बार 2023 में ही। उसका हमने अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह नक्शा पास करवा लिया है और उसमें उनके लिए हॉस्पिटल बना रहे हैं, हॉस्टल है, स्कूल है, नर्सरी स्कूल है, हाई स्कूल है। और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमारे साथ ये सब साथ हैं, हमारे साथ मौलाना हनीफ साहब हैं, मैंने इनसे भी ये डिस्कस किया है। तो ये एक ऐसा इदारा होगा कि उनको उसी हॉस्टल में लाकर उनकी सेहत के लिए भी काम किया जाएगा, उनको तालीम दी जाएगी और उनको हुनरमंद बनाकर उन्हें मुआशरे का कारआमद शख्स बनाया जाएगा। इस पर हमने बहुत काम किया है और आज हमारे बहुत से स्टूडेंट हमारे पायलट प्रोजेक्ट से हुनर मोबाइल रिपेयरिंग सीख कर आज वो अपनी दुकान अपने मोहल्ले में खोल कर अपना रोजगार कमा रहे हैं। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमारी कामयाबी है। और जो अब यहाँ आज वो शामिल हैं, जो जो स्ट्रीट चाइल्ड के लिए जो जो काम कर रहे हैं, सबके काम ही बहुत आला हैं। हम सबकी खिदमत को अल्लाह कबूल फरमाए। अस्सलाम वालेकुम, ये मेरी राय है।
Okay, am I audible? Okay, am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay, my same question is with Dr. Shahdev Bankwani. If he can highlight the role of the religious leaders from the perspective of the Pakistan Hindu Council or the Hindu community, like what is the role of the religious leaders as well as the religion for these state children?
Mariam, you are listening to the voice of Doctor?
हाँ अभी अभी आवाज आ रही है? मजहब तो बच्चे तो सांझे होते हैं और बच्चों के लिए तो सब मजहब जो है वो एक ही रास्ता देते हैं और उसमें मेरे ख्याल में कोई फर्क जो है वो नहीं होता है, चाहे हिंदू मजहब हो या इस्लाम हो या बाइबल हो, हर मजहब एक ही रास्ता बताता है और मेरे ख्याल में ये बहुत बड़ी जो है वो खिदमत है इस हिसाब से। तो मजहब के हिसाब से एक ही बात होती है कि बच्चों का जो है वो ख्याल किया जाए, चाहे किसी भी जो है वो मजहब से हो।
Got the point of Dr. Shahdev Bankwani?
Yes, I'm sorry, there was an issue with the unmuting and muting. So yes, I heard him. Like, अच्छा sir, आप थोड़ा सा इस बात पे भी highlight कर सकते हैं कि government का क्या role हो सकता है इस सारे perspective में?
देखिए मरियम, असल इशू ये है कि गवर्नमेंट का तो एक पूरा का पूरा डिपार्टमेंट है और चिल्ड्रंस के बारे में मतलब ये जो पूरा सिंध गवर्नमेंट की पूरी एक सोशल डिपार्टमेंट भी है, बच्चों के बारे में भी चाइल्ड लेबर ब्यूरो भी बनी हुई है, चाइल्ड सेफ्टी जो है उसके बारे में भी बनी हुई है, कुछ ह्यूमन राइट्स के बारे में भी कुछ मतलब डिपार्टमेंट्स बने हुए हैं। बट एज फार एज कंसर्न दी FPCC मूवमेंट जो कि हमने अभी जो है वो अडॉप्ट किया है विद दी यूनिसेफ। यूनिसेफ जो है बहुत बड़ा इदारा है जो बच्चों के लिए बहुत ज्यादा काम कर रहा है। सो रिलीजन फॉर पीस एंड यूनिसेफ will work together to save these street children from the crimes, from the drugs, from the narcotics और जो sex abuses हैं, इनसे हमने हर सूरत में यूनिसेफ और रिलीजन फॉर पीस पाकिस्तान ने काम करना है और इन तमाम खराफात से जो है अपने बच्चों को, जो हमारे बच्चे हैं, जैसे हमारे बच्चे हैं ऐसे स्ट्रीट चिल्ड्रन भी जो है वो हमारे ही बच्चे, हमने उनको बचाना है। सिंध गवर्नमेंट के साथ भी हम बात करेंगे, हुकूमत पाकिस्तान के साथ भी हम बात करेंगे और ये मेरे लिए बड़ा ऑनर है। हमारी एसोसिएट सेक्रेटरी जनरल जो कि पूरी एशिया की हुमा इकरामुल्लाह इस वक्त जो है वो ऑनलाइन है, डॉक्टर शादेव वाकवानी जो इंटरफेथ कमेटी रिलीजन फॉर पीस हिंदूज के लिए जो है वो इस वक्त मौजूद है, क्रिश्चियन कम्युनिटी की पूरी इस वक्त लीडिंग जो बॉडी है वो यहाँ मौजूद है, मुस्लिम लीडिंग रोल जो है वो यहाँ मौजूद है। तो इंशाअल्लाह अजीज ये अभी पहला स्टेप है और इस पे जरूर हुआ भी कुछ कमिट करेंगे इंशाअल्लाह, बट वी विल वर्क टुगेदर to save our future, to save our flowers. Thank you.
Indeed, the basic concept is to adopt these children as our very own. इससे पहले हम कोई भी काम करें उस perspective से करें कि वो हमारे ही बच्चे हैं।
Yes.
Okay. My next question is from Nadir Salim Khan. Is he with us?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Okay. we actually motivate others, indulge others in such aims and activities, but what do you think that how society can participate in order to make their life better, or what is our social and moral responsibility for our state children?
आपकी आवाज ब्रेक हो रही है because actually I'm on the road right now. Can you please repeat the first part of your question? What's our responsibility towards these children as a
Yes.
society?
Yeah, like how society can basically participate in order to make the life of the state children better, and what is our social as well as moral responsibility?
Okay. First of all, अभी तक जितनी भी डिस्कशन हुई ना उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा मेंशन आया था. मैं इसको क्लैरिफाई कर दूं. क्लैरिफाई नहीं, going forward it should be clear. Please do not expect the government institutions to be of any help. ये मैं सिर्फ पाकिस्तान की बात नहीं कर रहा. Unfortunately, this is the situation the world over. ठीक है ना? So the responsibility falls to the people who consider this an issue, whether they are religious leaders, whether they are people working in the social sector, जो भी हो. ये उनकी जिम्मेदारी है. अगर कोई भी आगे नहीं बढ़ता तो खुद हमको ही आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा. दूसरे का इंतजार करते रहेंगे तो कुछ नहीं होता. यहाँ की आदत हम लोगों की है कि कहते हैं कि जी गली में सफाई नहीं हो रही. अच्छा, तो गली को अपने घर को साफ कर दो. सब घर अपने घर को साफ कर देंगे तो गली भी साफ हो जाएगी. ठीक है ना? लेकिन हमारी आदत क्या है जी, हुकूमत तो कुछ नहीं करी. हुकूमत कुछ ना करे. What we can do is, first of all, the thing like I addressed first is we need to acknowledge this issue. ये इतना तो कोई बुरी बात नहीं है ना कि आपके पास कोई बच्चा अगर सड़क के ऊपर आ जाता है. वो तो कुरान की आयत में भी अल्लाह ताला ने फरमाया ना कि और यतीमों को झिड़को मत, मांगने वाले को अमसा इला फला तनहर, और जो आपसे मांगने है उसको झिड़को नहीं. ये तो मेंटालिटी चेंज करनी पड़ेगी आपको. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल एक कंपैशन तो दिल के अंदर पैदा करें. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, चाहे बच्चे अपने हों या किसी के भी हों, अपने बच्चों के लिए तो आपका दिल दुखता है ना कि जब आप, मैं तो सिर्फ ये क्योंकि आप भी वर्किंग विद चिल्ड्रन, मैं तो ये इमेजिन करता हूँ अगर मेरा बेटा 4 साल का 5 साल का सड़क के ऊपर होता तो क्या तो we need to develop a sense of compassion, empathy, and secondly we need to consider कि ये हमारा इशू है. यही बच्चे देखें, ये बच्चे कोई आसमान के बच्चे नहीं हैं. ये वही बच्चे हैं जो कल को हम लोग कहते हैं कि जी स्ट्रीट क्राइम बढ़ गई है, और क्या ये कोई मजबूरी में नहीं बच्चे सड़क पे आते. सबसे पहले मैं आपको ये भी बता दूं कि सड़क पे आने की वजह वो गुर्बत से ज़्यादा घर के हालात होते हैं. गुर्बत से ज़्यादा उनको घर के अंदर जो उनके साथ ट्रीटमेंट होती है, उनके स्कूल्स के अंदर, उनके इंस्टीट्यूट, वेरी ऑनेस्टली एंड आई एम सॉरी टू से, लेकिन ये सिचुएशन है. वो जो रिलीजियस इंस्टीट्यूशंस में, जिस तरह मैं मुसलमान हूँ, मुझे पता है मदरसों के अंदर जो उनके साथ ट्रीटमेंट होती है, यहाँ से भागते हैं. वहाँ से टैकल, अगर आप ग्रास टैकल कोई बात ऊपर से पट्टी कर दोगे, लेकिन वो मरहम अंदर से नहीं हील होगा, वो इन्फेक्शन बन जाएगी. What we need to do is, first of all and most importantly, we need to take responsibility कि हमारे बच्चे हैं, दिल को नरम करें, इन बच्चों को अपना समझें, अपने बच्चों की तरह, and consider them a part of the society. क्योंकि फिर आप आज से 10 साल बाद बोलोगे भाई स्ट्रीट क्राइम बढ़ गई, तो जाहिर बात है जब 10 साल पहले आपके पास आया था वो बच्चा, आपने उसको कहा बेटा चलो भागो यहाँ से, तो जाहिर बात है वो फिर भाग के आप ही के घर में आके चोरी. ठीक है, so first what we and we need to stop looking at government for help. Please, ये मैं आपको बिल्कुल बता रहा हूँ, मुझे 10 साल हो गए रोते हुए इनके सामने. सिर्फ फोटो सेशंस होते हैं और सिर्फ रजिस्ट्रेशंस होती हैं, आगे काम कुछ नहीं होता. काम करने वाले और हैं, काम करने वाले और हैं. So be someone who works, not just discusses. So खुद से ही करना पड़ेगा जो करना है इंशाल्लाह.
Thank you so much. Indeed, what measures we have to take is to take our own self rather than depending on others. Okay, my same question regarding the social and moral responsibilities is from Ms. Ghazala Shafiq. Like, if you can highlight this issue.
देखिए, वो गवर्नमेंट से तो जाहिर है हम कितना एक्सपेक्ट करें और कितना झगड़ें, वो सलीम साहब ने नादर सलीम ने बड़े अच्छे से कह दिया. लेकिन मैं समझती हूँ कि हम सिविल सोसाइटी और ख़ास तौर पर जो रिलीजियस लीडर्स होते हैं, देखिए उनके रिलेटिव्स, उनके पेरेंट्स ने तो कुछ करना नहीं है. वो जिस भी मुश्किल की वजह से वो नहीं कर सकते, और ये बात भी बिल्कुल सही है कि घर के हालात ही है जो बच्चों को बागी करते हैं. لیکن اس کے ساتھ ساتھ گھر کے حالات اب جب کیونکہ میں تو کرسچن کمیونٹی کو دیکھتی ہوں نا، پہلے جو بچے اسکول جاتے تھے اب وہ اسکول نہیں جا رہے، پیرنٹس کے پاس ہے ہی نہیں پیسے کہ ان کو فیس دیں، اور جب وہ فیس نہیں ملے گی تو اسکول والوں سے ڈانٹ پڑے گی تو بچہ پھر اسکول سے باغی ہو جاتا ہے. اب وہ روڈ پہ کھیلتا ہے سارا سارا دن، اور پھر وہ گھر واپس آنے کا نام بھی نہیں لیتا کیونکہ روڈ پہ اسے کوئی ڈانٹنے والا نہیں ہے، کوئی کھڑا ہو کے پوچھنے والا نہیں ہے. ایک دن میں ایک جگہ سے گزر رہی تھی، 2 بچے لڑ رہے تھے بہت برے طریقے سے، تو میں گئی، میں نے ان دونوں کو ہٹایا، ان سے بات چیت کی، ان کو صلح کروائی، ان کو پھر میں چرچ کے اندر لے کر آئی. میں نے ان کو سمجھایا تو کہنے لگے تو گھر تو کچھ بھی نہیں ہے تو ہم پھر روڈ پہ ہوتے ہیں، پھر لڑائی تو ہوتی ہے. وہی بات ہے کہ ہم لڑتا دیکھ کے ہم چھوڑ دیتے ہیں، ہم ان کے پاس بیٹھتے نہیں ہیں. جبکہ اگر بائبل کی بات کرو تو رعایت زبور صحائف انبیاء اناجیل کی، تو دیر آر سیورل ورسز، بہت احکامات ہیں یتیموں کے لیے، بیواؤں کے لیے. یہ تو ایسی چیز ہے جو کوئی مذہب شاید اگنور کبھی بھی نہیں کرے گا، لیکن ریلیجیس لیڈرز اس کو اگنور کرتے ہیں. ہم سوچتے ہیں کہ شاید نماز پڑھانا یا میرے جیسے جو چرچ میں ہے وہ سمجھتے صرف چرچ سروس پریئرز کروا دینا، فاسٹنگ کروا دینا یہ ہماری ذمہ داری، جبکہ جیزس کرائسٹ نے تو کمپلیٹلی ہولسٹک اپروچ دی تھی کہ سب کے لیے کام کرنا ہے. تو پیشنیٹ ہونے کی ضرورت ہے، ہمیں نکل کے کام کرنے کی ضرورت ہے. میں تو چرچز کو اب کہہ رہی ہوں کہ ہفتے میں ایک دن ہم کھولتے ہیں چرچ، سنڈے والے دن یا شاید ایک آدھ دن، باقی سارا وقت چرچ بند ہوتی ہیں. تو اس پہ I really appreciate آپ کو بھی، اور with such a smiling face you are putting such a serious questions towards us اور چیلنج ہمیں کر رہی ہیں. اور میں سوچ رہی ہوں کہ سارے چرچ لیڈرز کی بھی ایک آپ کے ساتھ میٹنگ کروا دی جائے کہ لائک وہ اسپیسیز جو بند تالے لگا کے رکھتے ہیں ہم، اس کو ہی کھول دیا جائے. اور زیادہ ہمیں پیشنیٹ ہونا ہے ان کے لیے. تعداد بہت بڑھ رہی ہے، بہت زیادہ بڑھ رہی ہے. کووڈ کے بعد بہت تباہی آئی ہے، اس کی وجہ سے لائک شاید ہم ابھی ریالائز نہیں کر رہے، لیکن شاید 5-10 سالوں کے بعد ہمیں پتا چلے گا کہ جابز پہ امپلوائے کرنے کے لیے ہمارے پاس شاید پڑھے لکھے لوگ موجود نہیں ہوں گے، جس تیزی سے اسٹریٹ چلڈرن کی تعداد بڑھتی جا رہی ہے. تو ریلیجیس لیڈرز کو اور زیادہ میں کہتی ہوں انہیں سوشل یہ ذمہ داری لینے کی ضرورت ہے، انکلوڈنگ می. میں نے آرفن ہاؤس تو ہے جس کے لیے کام کرتی ہوں. ٹرانسجینڈرز کی میں آپ کو بتاؤں، اب تو ینگ ٹرانسجینڈرز آنا شروع ہو گئے، ان کو تھوڑا سا پیار دیا ہے، توجہ دی ہے، وہ آنا شروع ہو گئے. تو اسٹریٹ چلڈرن کو بھی اسی طرح ہم پیار دیں، توجہ دیں، بٹھائیں، کھانا ان کے ساتھ کھا لیں ایک وقت کا، تو شاید وہ ہماری بات سننا شروع کر دیں گے. ہماری ریسپانسبلٹی، ریلیجیس لیڈرز کی زیادہ ریسپانسبلٹی ہے.
Indeed, basically concern یہ ہے کہ ہم نے اس ایشو کو ایز این ایشو ایکسیپٹ ہی نہیں کیا ہے. جب تک ایکسیپٹنس نہیں ہوں گے، جب تک ہم اس چیز کو اکنالج نہیں کریں گے، we cannot go forward or step forward.
Yes, very good.
Okay. Thank you so much. Next, we have Ms. Noreen Gul with us. She is the Secretary of Pakistan Interfaith Youth Network. Are you with us, Ms. Noreen Gul? Am I audible? Okay, we will wait for her. In the meantime, my question is from DGE Mohammad Hanif Khan. Like, how are we as a society, we can participate in order to make the life of these children better? Like, what measures should we actually take practically?
Practically, we need to meet them physically. Number one, arrange the games for them. Like Nadir Salim Khan contributed a lot, and you will be aware about the street children football World Cup in Brazil. He worked hard to engage the street children from Pakistan over there. So number one thing which is very important, to meet them, to motivate them, to organize the learning initiatives, learning programs, and give them the education, the right way how to live in the society. But it needs to be very patiently, physically we need to meet them. This is not an online webinar work. This is not just talking, just debates, just negotiations. No, we want to involve them physically in our routine life. That would be the better way to facilitate them, how they would be, how they will how they will be in position to stay on the street, on the streets, on the homes, and obviously whenever they will get the education, they will be back to their homes. You heard my point?
Yes, I got your point. So moving ahead, would anyone else like to contribute in any of the question or put forward any suggestion before we, just conclude this panel discussion?
Yes, Mariam, I would like to speak.
Welcome, Ms. Noreen.
Thank you. Thank you so much. First of all, Assalamu alaikum to everyone. So I would like to say, according to the UN states, there are approximately 150 million street children around the globe. And in Pakistan, 1.5 million street children. The number is likely to increase each year. There are many causes and possible solutions to address. I request all of the attendees and viewers of the session join hands and help make this place a better world for street children to live in and not just to survive. Because all of us know that the causes are poverty, lack of education and economic opportunity, parents' unemployment, the global economy, migration due to natural disaster. So I think so in all of these issues, we all have to work jointly and we should give hope, not cash. So get involved and donate and kindly do voluntarily work and work with us. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
I would like to say one thing that we should maybe uh, need to work on this also, that after COVID, how many children have left their schools and what are they doing now? Are they on streets? Have they turned into street children? It's really to get data from different schools, because this number is alarming and increasing day by day. Uh, Parents are unable to send their children to schools anymore. So they are turning into criminals, or I don't want to use bad children word bad for them, but we are responsible what they are doing now. So the religious, political, civil society, and it's time to start working for street children on a very speedy manner, and get more and more people involved, especially I would say if we can have religious leaders and youth involved in towards it, because youth is more passionate, I would say, and maybe they can give them more love and more time to these children. So need a larger number of people doing this job. Mr. Hanif said very positive thing. We need to spend time physically with them. It's not that seminars or workshops can help. It's only that we need to spend time with them in counseling, loving them, talking to them, playing with them, eating with them, giving them some hope in their hearts, in their minds, and in their lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, do we have any more suggestions or comments from anyone else? Any of the panelists? So I'll take that as a no. Okay, I would like to conclude the panel discussion we had for today. Starting with the first and the major step is to recognize and acknowledge this concern. Like, there are street children and we need to work for them. It's not something really bad, but we need to work for them. We have to take the responsibility and then move forward. Secondly, as most of you suggested, so we should actually consider them as part of our society. Like, they are our own children. We have to treat them as our children, as our siblings, or like, we have to be sincere to them. And then we need to build some compassion, or we need to put some efforts and make an environment that is basically safe for our state children. We need to indulge them in different activities. We should meet physically with them, put forward some creative ideas, indulge them in the activities. As Miss Noreen Gul shared, that this ratio is actually increasing. Like, there are 1.5 million or more children that are on street currently in Pakistan, and this ratio will further increase because of the environment we have created in our homes or in our society. So we need to put a break over there. And it's not always about coming up with creative sessions or coming up with some donation drives. What matters is the efforts we should put forward. So anyone would like to add any further point? Or else I would like to hand over the mic to my co-moderator, Mr. Dilawar Hussain.
Thank you so much, Mariam, and all of the panelists, and everyone who attended, and everyone who is watching us on Facebook Live for joining us. I would like to take this privilege to once again call Ms. Huma Ikramullah, who is Associate Secretary General of Religions for Peace, Asia. She will be expressing her gratitude remarks for the session.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you so much, Dilawar, for this opportunity. It has been a very, very interesting session. And on behalf of Religions for Peace Asia as the Associate Secretary General, and on behalf of Religions for Peace Pakistan as the Secretary General of Religions for Peace Pakistan, I would like to really thank the Interfaith Youth Group of Pakistan for organizing this session on such an important topic. Because you see, we all of us are not very, I think, attuned to the feelings which we should have, which I, as after listening to all the religious leaders over here and the workers who are working for the street children, have developed, because this is such an important topic. And we don't give a lot of attention and time to it, and it should be given, because then it will raise a lot of issues. And I would like to point out, as our Vice President, Mr. Hanif Khan, has pointed out, that the Faith for Positive Change, the initiative by UNICEF, in which Religions for Peace International and the regional and Pakistan is also a partner of. The reason that they associated with Religions for Peace is that because they feel that they are working for the children, but the religious leaders will add that element where a lot of us cannot go, because people listen to the religious leaders, whether they are Islamic leaders, they are Christian, they are Hindus, they are Sikh, or belonging to any minority religions. people listen to their voice. So their voice, when they speak about street children or when they speak about the rights of the children under any capacity, they can go down to the grassroots level and they can reach those people and impact those people. Whereas if a politician or any other person is speaking about it, it will have lesser impact. And if the religious leaders speak about it from the aspects of what their religion and what other religions say, it will have a much more powerful impact. And I really appreciate your efforts for organizing such an excellent online session on street children. And it was so wonderful to hear all the panelists. Mr. Maulana Abu Talha Sahab is doing a lot for the street children and for the orphans and for the flood affected people. And he highlighted the Islamic teachings. Ms. Ghazala Shafiq talked about the Christian element to it and the wonderful work she is doing. Mr. Dr. Shadeb talked about the wonderful work he is doing from the Hindu perspective. And Nader Salim Khan talked about what he has been doing on the practical level with the street children, especially with the football match, which was recently organized. And Mr. Hanif Khan highlighted the work which Religions for Peace is doing. However, after listening to all of you, I felt that all of you felt the same. I felt that all the religions, Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, minority religions, any religion, talk about the rights of human beings, the protection of children. All the religions talk about similar things. And there is no distinction. When it comes to talking about children, they all said all the children are our children. There is no distinction of any caste, color, religion, or creed. So you see, the main message is that all religious leaders treat children in the same manner. You see, there is no distinction that whether he's a Hindu, he's a Muslim, or a Christian. No. The main thing is regarding the protection and the rights of the children and working for them. And this is what has emerged from this excellent online discussion, that all of you together are united for working on this. And then I would like to appreciate the Interfaith Youth Network, in which you are the president, Noreen is the Secretary General, and Mariam for hosting this and for asking this role as a moderator. Excellent work, because you see, with the youth network, we need people like you who can go down on the grassroots level and work with us. So I think united, all of us can do excellent work. I really appreciate the work of all of you, and I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for working for this cause, for taking out your time from your busy schedules for attending this session. And I hope to work with all of you in the future as well on the UNICEF initiative on faith for positive change, for Religions for Peace work in Pakistan and in the Asia region. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Humayt Ramullah, and everyone else who joined the session. And I would like to conclude the session by saying that it was your appreciation and opportunity that you gave us to hold this session and lead this chapter of Pakistan for Pakistan Interfaith Youth Network. We assure you that we will be taking this flag to a newer height for Religions for Peace. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. To all the panelists, thank you for sharing your remarks. We would like to end the session here. You can get connected with us on the Facebook.
I would just like to give my special thanks to the Vice President, Mr. Muhammad Hanif Khan, because he has played a very major role in Religions for Peace Pakistan, and also in organizing and in nominating the youth members and in organizing this session. So my special thanks to Mr. Muhammad Hanif Khan for his efforts and his hard work. Thank you.
Obviously, without his support, this session was not be able to be conducted in so brilliant way. And he was the one who gave me opportunity to lead this session and to lead Pakistan Interfaith Youth Network. Thank you so much, sir. You can conclude your remarks also.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Humayt Ramullah. It is just because of you, your kind support, your trust on me and my team. And obviously, we are working as a team. You, me, Dilawar, Noreen, Mariam, Shajil, These are the guys, I trust on them, and inshallah they will prove themselves. اور جہاں تک سوال ہے کام کا تو انشاءاللہ یہ ٹیم سے ہوتا ہے, محنت سے ہوتا ہے. ڈاکٹر شادیب ہیں, عتیق ہے, میں ہوں, آپ ہیں, غزالہ ہے. انشاءاللہ ریلیجن فار پیس کو ہم پوری دنیا میں, ریلیجن فار پیس انٹرنیشنل, مفتی ابو طلحہ صاحب بھی ہیں, سوری, تو ہم اس کو انشاءاللہ دنیا کا بہترین چیپٹر بنائیں گے اور کام کریں گے. سو نائس آف یو ایوری ون, سو نائس آف یو. اللہ حافظ.
Thank you. God
اور
bless
سے
you.
یہ بھی میسج دینا چاہوں گی کہ جو یوتھ گروپ کے اندر لوگ جوائن کرنا چاہیں گے تو وہ پلیز دلاور کو کانٹیکٹ کریں, اور اگر کوئی اور ہمیں جوائن کرنا چاہے گا تو ہمیں میسج بھیج سکتا ہے. تو پلیز آپ لوگ جتنا ہمارے ساتھ جوائن ہوئیں گے, یہ ایک والنٹری آرگنائزیشن ہے, بٹ وی ورک for a mission, we work for a cause, we give back to the society. All of us are here for a cause. And Mr. Nader Salim has also joined us over here, and he is also going to be working with us. So please, I request all of you to join hands and work together. Thank you.
Thank you everyone. Allah Hafiz.
Everybody.